Most people wouldn't be surprised to hear about crime in Los Angeles, California. The city's allusion to heavenly beings can be a pipe dream at best, and, pessimistically, could even allude to the many counts of violent death that occur there. By the 13th of January, the statistics on the Los Angeles Police Department's website already showed a number of violent crimes for 2018. 10 counts of homicide, 40 total counts of rape, 344 counts of robbery, and 482 counts of aggravated assault. Less than 2 weeks since rolling in the new year. Granted, Los Angeles is a vast and sprawling metropolitan area, so this is by no means meant to be a slight toward the city itself. That being said, as one might imagine, there are quite a few unidentified decedents listed on the website of the LA County Morgue. It seems some, including this evening's case, are not even present in their database at all. On Sunday, the 22nd of December, 1985, at approximately 6 in the morning, a male body was discovered in an abandoned building at 624 South Alvarado Street after a fire was extinguished by firefighters at that address. He had been deceased, it is believed, 1 to 4 days. To this date, he is yet to be identified. Across the street from Los Angeles' MacArthur Park is 624 South Alvarado Street, where on December 22, 1985, the body of a white male, perhaps of Hispanic or Latino origin, was discovered after a fire was extinguished. He is believed to have been between the ages of 16 and 25 and died between 1 and 4 days prior to discovery. Though I've searched the available information, I've not been able to locate a cause of death, not even whether it was suicide or homicide, or if it was believed to be related to the fire, though the latter seems highly unlikely given authorities believe he died well in advance of the fire. MacArthur Park is located in Los Angeles' Westlake neighborhood and was originally known as Westlake Park when it was opened in the 19th century. Over time, it was primarily known as a Jewish recreation area until, according to an article by NPR, immigrants fleeing Central America's violent civil wars began settling in the area. By the 1980s, precisely the time this John Doe died, MacArthur Park was the site of vicious gang activity. These gangs would fight over the drug trade and demand protection money from the vendors, legitimate and illegitimate, in the area. It wasn't until the early 2000s, when the FBI began assisting local police, that this activity began a marked decline. There are 3 dominant gangs in the area of MacArthur Park, according to Los Angeles Magazine. All 3 were founded in the 1980s. The first is Mara Salvatrucha, which was founded in the Pico Union neighborhood of central LA, and it has a high-profile rivalry with the 18th Street Gang. Another is the Crazy Riders, founded in MacArthur Park in the mid-80s, and it also has a high-profile rivalry with the 18th Street Gang. The third, the Columbia Lil Psychos, was founded on Columbia Avenue near MacArthur Park, and is actually a faction of the 18th Street Gang. The Lil Psychos formed in 1985, and their high-profile rivalry is with opposing factions within the Mexican Mafia. The 1985 Los Angeles John Doe had dark brown hair that was 2 inches long at the time of death, with a dark brown and black mustache and beard, both of which are short in the reconstruction provided by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. His features were still recognizable at the time of discovery. He had brown eyes as well, and was 5 foot 7 inches tall and weighed 134 pounds, or 170 centimeters tall and 61 kilograms in mass. Both dental records and fingerprints are available for this young man, though DNA has apparently not been collected, and it is notable in that tooth number 32, his lower right third molar, or wisdom tooth, is diminutive. An explanation for this is not provided, but I would speculate, given the range provided for the victim's age, that it had not yet fully emerged. John Doe was found wearing a khaki jacket with a red lining, a beige pullover V-neck sweater, black t-shirt with the word Rosie, white t-shirt, blue denim jeans, white jockey brand undershorts, a blue and navy belt, and white athletic socks. He was also wearing a puka shell necklace. I find it noteworthy that there is no mention of footwear in any of the databases where I researched this young man. While this could have been a simple omission in recording at some point in the last 30-plus years, it would suggest to me that John Doe may have been the victim of theft, his shoes stolen, and that he had been perhaps rendered unconscious and accidentally or perhaps deliberately killed, though I don't know that a person would likely kill another on purpose for a pair of shoes. Since, as I mentioned, there is no detail in the case report for cause of death, however, that is entirely speculation. Particularly useful for identification is the fact that this John Doe had multiple tattoos. According to records, he had them on his back, left and right shoulders, each arm, each forearm, and an unspecified thigh and leg. 3 of these tattoos have been provided to the public to aid in identification, and all 3 were on his upper back. 2 were of faces with hats, while 1 was a figure wearing a suit. It's important to note that these tattoos have been enhanced to be more helpful for visual identification and may not directly reflect the original images from the police case file. Who was this young man? That, as always, is the pressing question in a John Doe inquiry. Given the notorious reputation of MacArthur Park in that time period, it's easy to imagine his death could have been gang-related, either as a member himself, albeit one without a criminal record, or simply an innocent bystander, the wrong person in the wrong place. Theft is another possibility. As I said before, I find it unlikely that a person would deliberately kill another only for his shoes. Could he have had a wallet that was also stolen? Or could his body have been found before the fire began and his shoes pilfered then? Or, taking this further, could someone have found the body, stolen the shoes, and set the fire so the body would be found? Again, this is pure speculation, but it is a few of a long series of possibilities, especially given how very little information there is on this man. What were the circumstances of the fire? What were the circumstances of his death? If the authorities are concealing this information to prevent false confessions, I can't help but feel 32 years will be enough passage of time to avoid that. Except for the fact it seems to have fallen off their radar, case in point, its absence from the county coroner's website database, I don't see how this particular man can find his identity without more information. Nevertheless, I am confident someone knows who he is. Los Angeles is a large metropolis. If he had or has family there, or at least friends, they surely know his name. They know who he is, and he deserves better than the moniker John Doe. Everyone does. This Los Angeles John Doe was found in an abandoned building on Alvarado Street in central Los Angeles, across the street from MacArthur Park on December 22, 1985. He'd been deceased 1 to 4 days. He was white, possibly Hispanic or Latino, and believed to be between 16 and 25 years of age, had dark brown hair and a mustache and beard, brown eyes, and several distinctive tattoos, 3 of which, from his upper back, are displayed on the screen. Dental records and fingerprints are available for comparison. If you have any information to offer regarding the identity of the 1985 Los Angeles John Doe, please contact the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office at 323-343-0512 and refer to case number 85-16327. Please bear in mind that these are real stories about real people and treat them with the respect they and their families deserve. To contact the authorities regarding this case, their information can be found in the description. Someone out there knows the truth. I only hope that someday they come forward. Thank you, and good night.